If the whole body be destroyed, there will not be a foot or a hand, except in that ambiguous sense in which one uses the same word to indicate a different thing. All things derive their essential character from their function and their capacity, and it follows that if they are no longer fit to discharge their function, we ought not to say that they are still the same things, but only that by an ambiguity they still have the same names. Let's say that Kara goes to sit in her computer chair, but it breaks into a half-dozen pieces beneath her weight so that she is sitting on the floor. Her husband casually says, without looking up from his sports page, "Hun, your chair broke." Kara, more than slightly annoyed, replies curtly, "Gee, you think?" Aristotle, who is returning the weed eater he borrowed, happens to arrive just at the right moment to witness Kara's misfortune. He leans forward to press his face against the screen door and says, "It's not a chair." Kara says, "What? It's not a chair," he repeats. A chair has a function, presumably to support Kara's weight so that she can sit at her computer and watch Fagin go on and on ad nauseum about the organic concept of society in video lectures. You can call it a chair, Aristotle continues, but it's really not a chair. You should probably call it something else, like a pile of garbage. Let's try another one. Gordon is running errands during his lunch hour. He arrives at the post office to buy some stamps so he can put some bills in the mail before they become past due. He hops out of his F-150 to head inside. He walks down the sidewalk, thinking of the 5 other things his wife told him to do, and wonders whether he'll be late getting back to work. He's shocked from his stupor by the sight of a severed hand lying on the ground. In his horror, he screams, "My God, a hand! Someone help! There's a hand here on the ground!" Aristotle pops out from behind the stamp machine and casually says, "It's not a hand." "What? It's right there on the ground. What do you mean?" Gordon asks in frustration. "It's not a hand," Aristotle responds. "A hand has a function. Multiple functions, in fact. The opposable thumb, this marvel of creation or evolutionary biology, whichever you prefer, we won't attempt to settle that debate, which permits us to pick up a pen and have written language, or fashion tools to build things, or to craft weapons to kill our enemies, which has permitted the human species to evolve to a higher level than other species of animals. Try doing any of those things with a hoof on the end of your arm. There's a reason that ungulates are below us on the evolutionary ladder. At any rate, if it's not fit to perform those functions, then it's not a hand. You can call it a hand if you like, but it's really not a hand. It's a lifeless lump of flesh.